Yo, what's up guys? The PvP guide is finally here. Today we're going to talk about a lot of different stuff like player movement, how to peek, gun mechanics, ammo type, armor, all those stuff. And if you already know about ammo right now, you can skip through the video because we're going to talk first about ammo. I put my favorite ones here, the one I like to use personally when I play labs and try to go for PvP. I know there's some more ammo you would like for Ash 12, let's say, or AP20 for shotguns, but these are my personal favorite choice. Okay, alright. So, yeah, I would say M61, M62, and M3. These are the best ones. Anything 762 by 51, except M80 or lower. But these three are definitely the king of PvP, in my opinion. BP as well for Vals. This is really good. And then N5, F5A1. They're less consistent nowadays, but they're still amazing. Really fun to use. APSX. This slaps. It's really good. SPP as well for Vals. SP6 is the lower tier of Vals, but this is definitely enough. It's really good. BP. I highly recommend this if you like AKs. And I would suggest you to not run 545 AKs because iGolnik is like 1500 around, I think. BS as well is really expensive and it's way worse than BP. So yeah, if you want to go AKs, guys, 762 is the way. And you want to run BP, they're cheap, like 800 around, I think. These are good eco builds, I would say. If you have not that much money and you try to PvP, I would say go with 762 BP for sure. Or SP6 Vals. 731. This is one of my favorite guns to use right now, MPX with 731. The only downside is if you encounter an enemy with a slick or anything level 6 or even level 5 sometimes, it won't pan that much. So you have to be ready and understand the ammo you're using, guys. Like if you're gonna run MPX, you need to go for headshots, right? So it's important to understand your ammo a lot. If you're running something high flash damage, do not go for armor, just shoot the legs and arms. So 731 good for headshots, it pens visors. M61 you don't give a fuck, you just shoot it everywhere. And yeah, this is all my personal favorite ammo, guys. Now let's jump to the next part of the video. We're gonna talk about armors. Alright, so now we're going to talk about armors. These are all the armors I would suggest for PvP. I would never go under level 4. Never, because in labs or any other maps in PvP, people use good ammo now, especially in the end of wipe. Everyone's going to use like M9 N5, M61, APSX, all these type of ammo, especially BP. I see a lot of people use that. So never go under level 4, guys. This is the minimum, that rig. It's actually really good for its price. I think it's 40k, right? So this is a minimum I go to. Level 4, 40 points. Quran is also a good choice when you can buy from Prepor. It's like 90k. It's level 5, repairs really well. This is another thing. When you buy an armor, guys, make sure it's one armor that repairs really well. Like that you have to repair with Prepor and you barely lose points. Like Gazelle's is a good example right here. It's terrible. Like yes, the armor is good itself, but I'll give you an example. I paid 92k for this one. Now I try to repair a Prepor. It costs me 16k and I lose all these points. It will be at 51 after the repair. If I repair with mechanic, 44k, 57. And this is not worth to run. I don't suggest you running Gazelles. Only run these I put here. For level 5 I use Tactics, ACPCs. ACPC is better because of the slots in it. It has a 4 slot and 3 slots. But Tactics is still a very good choice. Overall it repairs insanely well. Just the slots are bad in it, that's all. Kill armor is a good choice as well. Usually cheap. There's a lot of people killing Killa, so there's a lot on the market. My personal favorite is Slicks, but if you don't have a lot of money, don't spend your money on this. It's not worth it, because most of the time you'll die from a one tap in the face anyways, so don't invest your money in this if you don't have that much money. I would just go with this one here, or the Quran, or TV rigs. TV rig is actually underrated in my opinion. 85 points is a lot of armor points. I can survive a whole raid without even being re-zeroed usually. So yeah, these are all the armor I like. Okay, so for helmets, overall, I would not say to spend your money on like fast MTs or frames, all that with the visors, because anyways, like we talked about earlier, people run good ammo, and it will penetrate through your visor anyways. You get one tap, so might as well just spend a little bit of money on Shatter Mask. It's only 30k, 20k, and all that matters is a high ricochet chance, just like this helmet. That's why a lot of people run this one. It's cheap, it has a high ricochet chance, and that's all that matters. And also people shoot you in the face usually, like the jaws and eyes, and usually helmets protect just the top of your head, right? It's pretty rare you get shot there. So I highly recommend the Shatter Mask for PvP, or an Alton if you don't really care about the sound, but I personally really think the sound is very, very important. So I go with Shatter most of the time. But if you don't care, Alton is a good choice all the time. It actually saves me a lot from 5.5A1. 5.5A1 is a very common bullet in labs. BP will go through, unfortunately, but yeah, I would just go with these two. Those are the only two I use. Alright guys, I'll be with my friend here to show some examples of movements. First, I want to say when you get in the raid, you want to get the green stim, emo stat. Green stim is amazing when you get pushed by people and you already hurt. So let's just say you have an enemy here, right? When you peek, you have all these angles to look at. It could be anywhere, any corner. So the best way to peek it is not to do this slowly. You're just gonna die. So what you want to do is run, free look like that, get information. And for him, it's gonna be really hard to kill you because you run too fast across the door. So now that I know where he is, I'm gonna pre-fire him from the left side here, because your gun is right-handed, I guess, right? You never want to peek from this side here. He has advantage. So run across twice, get information. Third time, peek, shoot. See, for him, that was really hard to react to this, I guess. He's gonna show his POV after this. So you run across, free look, information, pre-fire where he is. But there's another thing. If you know how to b-hop in this game, you can b-hop by jumping off your left foot, I believe. It's one of your foot that jumps further. Like, see, that was not one. This was one. You have a long jump. You can, if you spam it after you're midair, you're gonna have a long jump every time. Usually on a second jump, it's easier. So if you know how to do it, you can also you can jump across wide areas. I'll give you an example here. First jump, second jump. Maybe on this POV, we'll see. It is much harder to hit. And you free look, get information, and you fight. Alright, so this does not apply for every situation. Like, if you want to cross this, it's just too wide, so he has time to kill me right here, right? If I run, he has a lot of time to kill me, so it doesn't work for this. So what you want to do in those situations, you want to jiggle peek. You spam AD. Information. So here I saw him, and I'm pretty sure in the screen it's way too hard to shoot me as I do this. Now I got information where he is. And you can use a mechanic, Alt+E Lean, as you know where it is. Alt+E, shoot. Alt+E, shoot. This mechanic works most of the time because it's a really fast peek, and you have information where it is. So AD spam, information, and then Alt+E, shoot. Alright, now we're going to talk about a different mechanic. In this game, there's a smooth crouch. It's pretty useful in a lot of situations, and not many people use it. So as you can see here, I cannot see him really quite well. The pipe blocks it, and if I crouch, it's too low. So what you can do is you hold C, and then you can use your mouse wheel to choose how much you crouch. This way you can get a better angle and shoot him. This also works for the Alt A and D. If you need to lean, be like in a crack somewhere. Or if you don't want to expose too much of your body, you can always like hold Alt and use D like that. can slowly lean, so you don't expose your whole body. Alright, now we're going to talk about something else. We're going to talk about, this is about map knowledge, I would say. The more you play map, the more you get used to how to peek stuff, objects you can jump on, and you want to be unpredictable in PvP because the good players have a good crosshair positioning. A good crosshair positioning is when people pre-aim the head level from where they could come from, right? So let's say I hold this angle while moving. I put my crosshair on the head level and I follow the edge of the wall. Right here, I would pre-aim on top of the box. So this, if that was an enemy here, it would be aiming at my head level probably. So always try to use advantage of your map knowledge. You see there's a box here. What I would do is probably run across like that, get info, jump the next time, because he wouldn't know you would jump. You just run across, so you jump. And then third time, I would jump on top of it and pre-fire like this. So I'm gonna show a quick example. Again, run across, jump, peek, pre-fire. That's very quick. On the third peek, probably it would expect you to run across again because you're unpredictable. Run, jump on top of something, pre-fire. Because this crosshair is not going to be ready on... He has to aim a lot higher if I'm here. He has to aim a lot higher. So that's a good way to peek from... This works on a lot of objects, like right here as well. Be unpredictable. Here. Just use the boxes. And also another thing, if an object is too high for you to jump on, you can always do a side jump. Side jumps makes you jump higher. And if it's even high and you cannot make it on side jump, you can always crouch. You jump and crouch midair. That makes you jump even higher. Okay, here's the most important thing in my opinion that I see when I watch streamers or friends who play. This is the one biggest mistake I see most of the time from a lot of players, and this is a really easy fix too. Crosshair positioning. This will get you so many more kills if you have a good crosshair positioning. Let me just show you like what is a bad crosshair positioning. Let's say you wanna go up right here, right? And there's people on top or an elbow down here. Let me show you how a bad crosshair positioning looks. What I see a lot of people do. They were going like this in here. This is really bad. So a good crosshair positioning is you want to get your crosshair ready to shoot anywhere someone could be. So I peek first like this. Then I'll aim up, follow the railing onto the corner here. And then instantly look up in the corner of the like the entrance here, because someone could peek right here. So I hold it like this, like that, and pre-aim right here. Box, follow the box, again like that. Your angle to check is right here, barrel. So don't over peek like this, because you have to worry about this angle, this angle, this angle here. So always one by one. You check this first, this one, here. Keep your crosshair on the edge right here. Every time. Box. This is very important. Another thing, using your lasers. I highly recommend using a laser all the time. I recommend the D-ball personally because you can have the infrared laser, which is my favorite because people cannot see it, and it greatly increases your accuracy in hip firing. And that's another thing. Do not be afraid to hip fire in Tarkov, guys. Hip fire in this game is really accurate. I know a lot of people are not used to this because of other games like CSGO and Apex, etc. Hip fire is usually bad, but in this game it's really accurate. As you can see here, it's always where you would ADS. Very accurate. So if you're playing aggressive and you push someone, don't waste your time ADSing, because by the time you ADS, you lose like a couple MS of reaction time. So I would just do that. You don't have to ADS most of the time. But if you want to ADS for more accuracy, what you can do, if you're pushing this way, if the door is open, you can always run for a couple seconds. ADS, run again. ADS, run. ADS. But this way, when he hears you running, he's gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's running," so he's not gonna be ready to shoot. He's gonna peek. So you have to be ready to react to this. Let's say there's a guy behind the door over there. I would run. You have to cover. ADS. Free ADS all the time, in case he peeks you off your running. This is good to do as well. Here's another mechanic you can use in the game. You can hold Alt and W. This way your gun goes higher and you can shoot above the object. This is called a blind fire. This is not really used a lot of times. It's pretty rare, but I think it's worth to know about it. Here's an example in a clip. Alright, now we're going to talk about crossing like we did before, getting information, but we're going to use this tactic to try and play aggressive and get the kill, alright? So let's say you think it's too risky to try to peek him. You're going to use your nades. Nades are fucking useful for PvP. They're the best. You can make a bunch of different plays with M67 and F1s. F1 works as well to push on them, but M67 is definitely the best. I'm going to show you an example here. Let's say I run across, I saw where he is, so on the third time, I'll nade, throw a grenade. He has to move, he has no choice, and now he has to run away. You should kill him, right? So if that was an enemy, I would have shot him right now. Or you can even push on it. Like, let's say, give you another example here. Go here, tactics. Hold the door. So what you want to do, guys, is, for example, you throw a nade and push on it. You can, and because it will explode in a while, so the player won't expect it. You push on your own grenade, like let's say it's behind us, throw F1, push on it, kill him, fall back. You would push, get the kill, fall back. Most of the time he would run away this way, so you can wait for him or just push on it. Alright, now we're going to talk about another way to use your grenades. We use the I showed you guys how to push on your own nades. That's a good mechanic. But now we're going to talk about if someone is holding an angle and you cannot really peek. Because right here it's way too wide to jump across. It kills me easily here. So what I would do if I was in that situation, I would throw a nade. Because whenever you nade, people have to move away, right? And people holding an angle is way stronger than anything else. So I want him to stop holding right now. So use a nade. Then now he's going to run away. You get the peek advantage. So next time he peeks, bam, I kill him. Easy.
Oh, yep.
Alright, now I want to talk about another thing. This game, like we said, a lot of people rely on sound. This is very important. So what you can do is use your grenades to hide your own footsteps. This is a really good mechanic I use a lot of times. Especially in green room, because right here, if there's a guy holding here, you don't have a possible way to just nade him and push, and it doesn't. There's too many angles to worry about. So what I would do here is throw a bunch of nades, and then I'm gonna peek up the window right here. Because if I just run here, he's gonna hear me. He knows I'm jumping up. So what I can do, throw a bunch of nades while I'm crouch walking, and on the third nade, before it explodes, run and jump. Shoot him, bam, bam. There's almost no way you heard me there. Did you hear me, tactics?
Nope. Hear sound.
So yeah, you can do this in a lot of areas, guys. Sadly, this game is not really good for sound most of the time, yet. So you can use your grenades and it hides your footsteps. You can make outplays with this. Alright, here's another good trick for the grenades, guys. If you like to use the F1s, this is one of the reasons why I love F1s. They always roll in the same way. Every nade roll differently. Like the M67, you can throw them really far. They roll a lot. And the F1, what's so good about them is every time you throw them, they will roll to the left. So if there's a guy behind a box over there, you can nade him without peeking. So basically, I would throw a grenade right here, and it will roll to the left all the way behind the box. Here's an example. As you can see, it rolled to the left behind the box. Let's try again. Throw it over there. It rolls all the way to the box. So you can make some really good plays with that. People don't expect it. So I always try to throw them on the ground and they will have less of hogs, sorry. But yeah, as you can see, F1s will roll to the left every time. So it works in the long hallways or in big open areas. And they're really great. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this helped you become better at PvP. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'll try my best to reply to all of you. You can always come to my stream on Twitch, Deal here on Twitch, and I'll try to answer your questions there too. So yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.